Navigating the unknown isn't easy, but you don't have to do it alone. Welcome to Charted Territory, Reflections from the Waiting Room. Real people sharing their real stories and their raw truth. Here is your host, Dr. Lisette Rollins.
Welcome to Charted Territory, Reflections from the Waiting Room, a podcast that pulls back the curtain on the light and dark sides of healthcare. I'm your host, Dr. Lisette Rollins. On today's episode, we're talking to Felicia, a NICU nurse. Okay, let's do some Pilates.
All right, let's do it.
We love to do core work. So Felicia and I met about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. I was doing a health expo, and her and her mom came by my table, and we started yapping.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was great.
It was really good. I saw Dr. Rollins at her table, and I had questions about talking about my back pain, talking about my posture. I was really interested in kind of getting better.
Yeah, it was great. It was when you first started out just doing chiropractic.
Yes.
And then you were like, let's get to exercising.
Yes.
And pretty much every week we've been spending about an hour with each other every week. And your progress has been incredible.
Oh, it's been wild. It's
you're
been a wild
deadlifting
journey.
heavy, crazy
I
weight.
never thought I could deadlift before. She was like, do you want to do this? I was like, sure. We actually were talking about how I wanted to get so much stronger so I can pick up babies and not struggle to pick up these itty bitty babies.
Right. That was really your motivation to like make yourself not fatigued at work with these babies. And some of them are tiny, right?
Yeah.
Some of them are chunkers
too. A lot bigger.
I'm feeling this. Are you feeling this?
I'm feeling it. Okay. It feels good.
All right. And let's break. Felicia, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
I'm excited to talk to you. Our conversations are always great. I learn a lot from you, and I learn a lot about you. So thank you so much for being here with me today. So I want to learn about how you got into the career of nursing. How long have you been doing this? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. So I've been a nurse since 2018 is when I got my nursing license.
Okay.
I started off on a med-surg floor. I did that for about a year.
What is that?
Med-surg is like where patients get admitted from the hospital and they go up onto the floor. Those are the nurses that you will typically see.
Okay.
Those nurses are tough nurses. That's where a lot of new grads start out.
Is there a reason for that?
It's because you can kind of learn a little bit of everything. A little bit of skill set goes a long way on that floor. So there's a lot of nurses that you can learn from that have been there for a while. Mm-hmm. IV skills, fluid skills, assessment skills. It's just a great place to kind of get your foundation as a new nurse. Nursing school does not prepare you for nursing. Not at all.
I think that's with a lot of schooling. You don't really learn the meat and potatoes of it until you're out in the field.
Exactly.
Okay. So, all right. So that's like a good place to start.
It's a very good place to start. So
and you were there
grateful.
For a year?
I did a year there.
Okay.
It was a tough year. It was a very, very tough year.
Did you ever want to quit in that year?
Almost every day. Almost every day.
Okay. All right.
It was really hard.
What was hard about it?
The patient load was really hard on a nurse that is just getting started. So
how many patients would you see in a day?
So I saw on a regular shift, I was seeing anywhere from 7 to 9 patients a day.
That's a lot.
Which is a lot. It's very, very heavy. Luckily, there's a lot of laws and regulations and unions that are fighting for nursing ratios.
Okay.
And
did that not exist back in 2018?
Not so much, especially the hospital I was working at.
Okay.
It was it was a private hospital.
Okay. Does that make a difference between a private and a public hospital?
Usually, yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason for that? Is that just like reimbursements or?
I think it has a lot to do with reimbursements, the type of population that they see.
Okay.
So, and the amount of staff that they can retain. It's very hard to retain nurses. It's a very difficult job.
So a really high turnover rate on
very high turnover rate. Okay.
So you did that for a year?
I did that for a year. And then the opportunity to go into the ER kind of fell upon my lap.
Is that something you always wanted to do?
No, I had no idea.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't know what you wanted.
I had no
Okay.
idea what I wanted to do. I know I didn't want to do med surg anymore. I was kind of playing around with the idea of going into either labor and delivery or NICU or just anything else.
Okay.
But the opportunity for the ER just came up. I had a friend who reached out to a family member who knew that I was a nurse and looking for another job.
Okay.
And I got an interview, and then they were very impressed with the fact that as a new grad, I was seeing the type of patients that I was seeing.
Because that translated to an ER setting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they knew that the ER was going to be very difficult. It's very fast paced. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of autonomy with the nurses. A lot of things that we're able to do on our own, as well as with the guidance with the providers.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of, when I was telling them that my patient load and my time management skills were
top notch.
That's
great.
They were very impressed with that. And
that's great.
I was very, very nervous to take that step, though, because that was not ever something that I thought I could do going into the ER.
Okay. So how long were you in the ER for?
I did the ER for 4 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
So 4 years in the ER. Right off of orientation, the pandemic happened.
Oh, good gravy.
So I was a pandemic nurse.
Oh my gosh.
And man, did I see some crazy, crazy things.
I'm sure you saw some nightmares.
Yeah. It was really, really tough. I worked a lot of extra overtime. We were short-staffed. We had staff that were sick with COVID themselves, or family members that were sick that they had to take care of. So me and my roommate at the time, we had to isolate ourselves from our families.
Was your roommate also a nurse?
She's not a nurse.
She's not a nurse.
No,
okay.
She was not a nurse. So she wasn't able to see her family, which was really, really hard on her. I felt a little bit of guilt for that, just because there was a time where it was unknown how it was being passed around, and kind of just like, ew, you're yucky, like stay away.
Right. Did you feel like the job that you had, where you were putting her at risk?
I did.
With the exposure?
I did. Yeah. There were times where I would come home and just completely take off my scrubs, take off my shoes. We didn't know how it was being transmitted initially, so being extra cautious. And as time went on, we kind of figured out how it was being transmission. Luckily, we didn't get sick. We were both very good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So you did that. You did the ER, you said, for 4 years? Okay. And then how did you transition from that, which ER can be crazy, to babies in the NICU? How did you make that transition?
Yeah. So a big issue with nursing is the burnout rates that are happening. I would say that at my 4th year of being an ER nurse, I was definitely burnt out. Was
that COVID related as well?
I think it was. It was related to that. It was related to staffing, always being short-staffed, always just having 12 hours of not being able to eat or go to the bathroom, have a break for yourself, getting yelled at by patients, dealing with all different types of crazy scenarios. You go from coding a patient 1 minute to having to comfort someone the next. And my exterior had to be, in that moment, I had to take it minute by minute. And
were you abused heavily by patients?
Not all the time, but there were moments. There were moments where I was physically abused. There were moments when I was emotionally abused. I would be called a lot of different names.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so it took a toll on me. I definitely got some tough skin from it. I wouldn't say that I regret it at all, because I loved it. It was definitely the best way for me to gain my skill set, to know how to take care of sick patients, to be able to see something that didn't look right and kind of give my opinion on something, and the doctors are like, yeah, you know what? Something is going on here. I felt that they trusted me, and I've gained a lot of experience in high emergency situations that I just knew what to do.
That's good.
So it was a really good experience in that aspect, but I was tired. I felt my empathy was deteriorating.
Starting to wane.
Wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating right or sleeping really well.
Were you working nights or days?
I did a little of both. I started off on nights.
How was that effect on your health?
Oh yeah, it was really hard. The
It's
days that I
terrible for
was
you.
off, I would sleep majority of the time.
Mm.
And the days that I would work, when I came home, I just wasn't present. I was taking, I wasn't being with my family and my friends. I was isolating myself. I just wanted to sleep a lot of the time. I wasn't eating on a regular schedule. So it just took a lot out of me.
That
Um,
sounds terrible all the way around. Okay.
it was hard, but I just knew that there had to be some type of change.
But you didn't give up. So you kept pushing through, and then the opportunity to become a NICU nurse
Yeah.
fell into your lap again?
No,
Okay.
I seeked this opportunity.
Okay.
I had a feeling that if I wasn't going to do something that I really wanted to do, or something kind of far out of where I was at that moment, that I was going to quit nursing altogether.
Did you have a plan B in that case?
I was looking at just different type of nursing opportunities,
Okay.
not in the hospital.
Okay.
I was even considering leaving nursing and going into retail, or just
Okay. You just wanted to get out.
medical supplies, like
Okay.
anything to try and get away from the bedside.
Okay.
But when I started looking into this NICU position, I was searching around. I knew I wanted to do NICU a little while back, but I never thought, I was always told it's a very niche field, and once you're in it, it's very hard for you to kind of get out of it. It's very, very specific skill set. Once nurses are in it, usually they don't like to leave. So
why not?
Because they're happy there.
Okay.
They have very good retention.
I see what you mean. So the opportunities are more rare.
Yes,
Okay.
they're more rare,
Okay.
especially for someone coming into the field. You usually have to know somebody,
Okay.
or but nursing is changing.
Okay.
There's a shortage all around. So I think the opportunity came up. I looked online. I was looking for different jobs. I wasn't just looking at NICU either. I was looking at
Okay.
different specialties, but the NICU position came up. I got an interview. When I had the interview, they told me it was for a night position, and I was like, you know what? I'll go back to nights if I have to.
Just to get out.
Just to get
Okay.
out. And
Was this at the same hospital that you were at?
this was a completely different hospital.
Different hospital. Okay.
Completely different hospital. And I feel like it was meant to be. I was supposed to kind of find this path and make my way into the NICU. It felt very natural when I started in the NICU, despite me kind of psyching myself into being like, I don't belong here. This isn't where I should be. This
Like
is
a
stuff
little
I don't
imposter
know.
syndrome?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I saw how amazing my patients are, how amazing my patient families are, my coworkers, it felt it felt like the right move. It felt like this was something that I should be doing.
That's great. So you're pretty happy with work?
I'm very, very happy where I'm
Far
at.
cry from the ER.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Does it feel weird for you to remember how you felt back then compared to how you are now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like a completely different person?
I do. I feel like a completely different person.
Like a glow up happened?
A bit, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
definitely
good.
have some more peace in my life than I
That's
did.
good.
I'm sleeping a lot better.
That's
I'm
great.
eating a lot better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, all good things. So to date, what's your best day at work in the NICU?
Wow. So I wouldn't say that I have one specific day. I
Okay.
would say that there are a lot of moments that are the best. Most amazing moments are when the patients get to go home.
Oh.
That is the bread and butter of this job, is seeing how far they've progressed, seeing how small they were and to how big they get, when seeing the families, how so scared they were in the beginning, to even look at their baby or touch their baby, to being able to feed their baby and change their diapers, and me just kind of supporting them in that way. As soon as we get a discharge or a NICU graduation, it is the best feeling in the world.
That's
I
great.
cry almost every time. We have our celebrity babies that have been with us for months.
How long does a baby typically stay with you?
So it really does depend on the baby situation. We are a level 4 NICU, which is kind of like a higher level NICU where we get babies from all different types of hospitals.
Oh, they ship them over to you.
They come to us so that we are like a highly skilled facility to take care of the most critical and sick patients. And when we get these type of babies, especially ones that are micro preemies. So
what's the smallest baby you ever took care of?
Mm-hmm. Oh, like a 22-weeker, 23 weeks.
What does that translate to, like to ounces or pounds?
Oh, 500 grams, which is probably the weight of our mug. Like they're so tiny. You can hold them in one hand. They look very fragile. They are. But they are so resilient and so strong. And I've learned so much just from those types of patients that I've taken care of. So seeing them progress, seeing them grow, seeing them get fat in the cheeks and fat in the thighs, and they're eating well from the bottle, that is absolutely the best feeling. So I get a lot of really good days at work.
That's
I get
great.
So many. Even if I haven't seen the patient in a while, and then I see them a couple weeks later and I see how big they've gotten. I'm talking to the family, like, oh my gosh, do you remember when they were literally, this small and they fit in this itty bitty diaper? And like now they're just so much bigger and they're doing really well and they're getting closer and closer to home.
That's so great. So you really do form attachments with these families.
Yes.
Is it hard when they leave?
Yeah.
You miss them?
I do miss them, but I always say it's like a bittersweet thing. Like, I'm so happy that they get to go home and be with their baby. It is the most incredible feeling.
That's great.
I'm very lucky that I get to be a part of this journey with them, and then I get to learn from their babies because they have a lot to teach me that I get to teach families. So it's really such an incredible experience to go through with them.
That sounds wonderful. So how many babies a day do you take care of?
So in our NICU, typically one nurse for 2 patients, 2 ICU patients. And these patients are usually on some type of respiratory therapy. They're getting nutrition through IVs and central lines. So it's a very specialized type of skill. Everything is very clean. These babies have no immune system, so they can get sick so easy.
So they're very much in isolation?
Very much.
Okay. And I'm sure there's very special protocols for this.
Hand hygiene all the way. Usually that is our number one. We teach the families how to properly clean. Anytime they touch their phone, they have to be able, before touching the baby, they have to wash their hands. So being adamant about that, honestly, is a pretty difficult part of the job.
Because you have to like control adults.
Yes.
While you're trying to take care of these babies.
Yes, exactly.
You had said something very funny to me. Well, I found it to be funny in sort of a morbid way several months ago. You're like, I go to work and these babies are just constantly trying to die on me.
All the time.
So tell me, what do you mean by that?
Oh my gosh, yes, all the time. So our little ones, since they are so underdeveloped, their brain is not capable of telling them when they need to breathe. So we call it apnea of prematurity. And honestly, one of the ways that we treat apnea of prematurity is with caffeine.
Really?
Directly into their their system.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a stimulant. It helps to stimulate their central nerves so that they will be, their brain will wake up and say, hey, you got to breathe.
That's crazy talk. You literally give them caffeine?
Literally, yeah. And so we'll give them caffeine, and then sometimes, the caffeine helps, but other times the babies need a little extra help. So we'll look over and my baby's heart rate on the monitor just starts dipping.
Oh no.
Their saturation starts dipping. I give them a chance. I said, all right, let's see how long you can do. I want them to do it themselves. Like, they got to learn how to do it themselves, but sometimes they need a little help.
Okay.
And that's when we're like, oh gosh, they're ready to just
they're
jump
just trying
down
to die on you.
That's it. I got to run up. I got to wake them up. I got to stimulate them, make sure they're okay, look at their color, make sure that they're breathing. Sometimes it gets to the point where we have to breathe for them with ventilation.
Okay.
So it can, and it happens very quickly.
Okay. So do you have like your two babies are next to each other when?
For the most part,
okay.
Yes.
So you keep an eye on both of them at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to maybe the sadder parts of your job. What does that look like for you?
Some of the sadder parts of my job, I would say it's usually when a baby first gets admitted into our NICU. They're usually very, very sick. There's a reason. No one ever plans for their baby to end up in the NICU.
Right.
Mom has to go through a lot. She's going through a lot of emotions. She's going through a lot of hormonal changes. Her body was pregnant and now is not. She's kind of feels hopeless and helpless. Dad is trying to support mom as much as possible. And our responsibility is to kind of help that transition, help them understand what's happening with their baby.
That's a lot of responsibility for you. You're managing their baby and their emotions.
And and the family emotions that go along with it. It's really, really difficult in the beginning, especially when a baby is very sick. And working in healthcare, I work with a lot of doctors who only ever think worst case scenario. This is where their brain, this is what a doctor does. This is how they think. It's they're looking at the data and what they've seen in the past, and they just kind of go off of that. They want to know what the mortality or the morbidity of the baby, the chances of them living, what that looks like, and they have to express that to the families. So that's a really difficult job to have on their part.
That's a really hard conversation.
Really hard conversation. And then I feel that the nurses have the responsibility to kind of pick up those pieces.
You pick up the pieces afterwards.
Yeah, and instill some hope and make sure that the families are fully understanding the severity and how sick their child may be. So
how often does that happen, worst case scenario?
Not as often as people think.
Okay.
I would say that there are a lot of times where our babies will do very well.
That's great.
Where we know what we're doing and we know how to do it, and the families put their trust in us, and their baby will get better. But there are a lot of times as well where we don't know the outcome. We don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know the long-term effects, which is what a lot of parents worry about. Is their baby going to be able to eat? Is their baby going to be able to talk? Is their baby going to be able to walk? What is their life going to look like later on?
Do you have those answers for them in that moment?
Never.
So what do you do?
I reassure them that we have to look at what's happening in front of us. We have to look at what our baby needs right now.
Not the what ifs.
Not the what ifs. We look at how can we support your baby at this moment, which is usually just being present and letting them know that we're there for them. Keeping a really close eye on what they need. Babies aren't able to communicate what they need from us. They can't tell us whether they're hungry or in pain or that their diaper's wet. They can't tell us any of those things. So we just have to kind of look for cues and look for subtle signs in their actions and in their vitals, and go from there, see what works, see what they like and what they don't like. And I always tell the parents to look at your baby, look at how beautiful your baby is, look at your toes and your fingers, look what you made, stay with them, hold them, talk to them, sing to them, read to them. Those are all ways that baby knows that they're not alone. It helps with neurodevelopment.
Right. So that this is, from the way it sounds, it's like a massive emotional burden on you. And I can imagine during those worst case scenarios, you have to stand on your business in those moments. You really can't fall to pieces because you have to be the support structure for the parents who are maybe about to lose their baby.
Yeah.
After those moments happen, how do you manage yourself? What do you do?
I'm still working on that part. That is something that I think I'm very grateful that I get to continue to learn how to do this. I bring home a lot of stuff, and I think about all my babies that were really sick and didn't make it. I think about them all the time. Their families and what they're going through.
Right.
And how much of an honor it was to take care of them, and how much of a privilege it is to be a part of their lives. So
you hold their memories
forever.
Right. And they're never forgotten in that manner. I know you and I are both spiritual people. And so I know, as long as you speak of them, they never cease to exist.
Never.
So.
Yeah. So it's beautiful. They're the way that they've definitely helped to strengthen my relationship and my faithfulness, and how I will always be looking for ways to continuously comfort families, as well as how to take care of myself. With each time, it's always a different experience, and really recognize those feelings and sit with them and understand that this is a part of life and this is why we are here, and really just work on working through it, sorting through it.
It doesn't seem like it's something that you could ever get used to.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I think it is okay.
We're human.
Yeah.
We're supposed to feel these things. This is why we're here.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of life. But it makes you a very special person, because you choose this, and you choose a field that these patients of yours, these babies, they didn't have this choice. They're here, and they are they're just existing, and they're relying on you.
Yeah.
And that's massive.
Yes.
That's massive. So
yes.
I think it takes a real special person to work in the NICU. How would you say this job, this career, has changed you?
It has, in so many ways.
Any good, any bad?
So many good ways.
That's great.
So many good ways. I've said it before, it definitely has strengthened my faith. Medicine can only go so far. I believe in medicine and in evidence-based, the way that we are meant to treat these patients, and I have seen how these things work, but sometimes you have to go a little above that, and you have to surrender yourself to the fact that I've done all I can do. So to be patient with myself, be patient, and teach patience with the families who are just waiting and waiting and waiting.
It's got to be frustrating to not have the answers.
Yeah. Yes.
So I get it from a patient perspective, but and a parent perspective. But then you're like, there's the bastion of hope there.
Yes.
Which is just an important job.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just a nurse hat that you're wearing. You're the caretaker for the entire family, and not just one family. There's a couple of families that you're taking care of. So that's great. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful career you've chosen.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you so much for being on the show today. And we're going to ask you some lightning questions in a few moments. Okay. So you have a day off. No responsibilities. Okay. What's your go-to comfort food?
Oh my goodness. I love pasta. Love pasta.
All kinds?
All kinds of pasta.
Anything like toppings, specific sauce, anything?
Oh, I love vodka sauce. Even just butter sometimes if I really don't want to do much work.
OG butter. Any cheese on it?
Yeah, a little Parmesan on
Parmesan,
there.
nice. Very
so
nice.
Good.
Okay, so all right, so you have your pasta, maybe butter, maybe vodka sauce. Okay. What are you putting on the TV? What's your comfort TV show? What's your go-to?
Let's see. I find a lot of comfort in like shows that I've already watched in the past.
So you're a rewatcher.
I am a rewatcher.
Okay.
I love The Office.
Wait, which one? British or?
Oh no, the American version.
American. Okay.
Yeah, Steve Carell all the way.
he's amazing. He's hilarious.
I love watching Parks and Rec.
Okay, very funny. Yeah. Oh, so you're going for the comedies?
Yeah, they're so good.
All right, so feel good comedies. All right, so you have your pasta, you have your TV show. Now, let's say you want to do an activity.
Mm.
What's your comfort activity for the day?
Reading.
Reading.
I love to
Okay.
read. I
Okay.
read a lot.
Mhm.
I
What's your
read more
genre?
than I watch
Oh,
TV.
okay. Okay. All right, great. So what's your go-to genre?
I'm a sucker for historical fiction.
Okay.
Anything having to do with World War II.
Really?
Anything having to do with like
Sort of some past life stuff going on?
it's really,
Okay.
really interesting because I feel that the authors that I read do their research as well as
okay.
add that amazing like fictional aspect into their work. So I don't know. That's what sucks
Okay.
me in. I just always tend to go towards those genres.
Okay. All
I'm a
right.
big fan of memoirs as well. I love reading about people's lives and what
that's
they've
great.
gone through and how they've come out of their struggles. It's really incredible.
Would you ever consider writing a memoir?
Maybe.
Why not?
Maybe.
You definitely have an interesting life. Why not?
Yeah, I feel like it would be pretty cool. I don't know if
Okay,
anyone
yeah.
would read it, but I think
I would
to
read it.
write it would be really cool.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I think you just write it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
probably.
Okay, so you've got your food, you got your TV show, you've got your activity. What's your favorite dessert?
Oh my gosh, I love ice cream sandwiches.
Okay.
I love ice cream sandwiches and I love cinnamon buns.
Cinnamon buns. Okay. And would you like do the two together?
No, I can't. I have to have control. I have to have some self-control.
Okay.
So I decide whether I want a cool treat or whether I want a warm treat.
Okay. Now, do you make the ice cream sandwiches or the cinnamon buns homemade, or you make
No, not
No,
homemade.
okay.
No, store bought. Homemade for me is like just like they're in my home and I pop them in the oven.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you get store bought both of those,
Yes.
and then so it's your sweet treat. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like, so. Do you ever set up days like that for yourself?
I do. I try after like a long span of work days. I usually will try to have a day of just vegging out.
That sounds
just
nice.
Kind of recover, recuperate,
So
reset myself, take care of myself.
So just a day of rotting.
Just a day of rotting. They're my favorite type of days.
That's awesome.
Other than seeing you.
Yes, I love that.
My favorite type of days are just to rot.
Awesome.
Hang out with my dogs.
That's great.
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have 2 dogs. I have Bubba. He's like a pit mix. He's a big, lovey, mushy, cuddly boy. And then Ginny, she's a golden doodle. She's a little prissy, like sassy thing. But
so 2 very different dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're both very good at cuddling and.
So they're part of your comfort day.
Yes.
Oh, that's
perfect.
awesome.
They love to rot with me.
That's awesome. So, Felicia, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rollins. I really appreciate it.
Oh, great. Thank you for joining us today on Charted Territory. You can find us on Instagram at Charted Territory Podcast or on my website at chartedterritorypodcast.com.